Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Ellen. I am from Melbourne, Australia. Today I'm going to talk about my journey to Islam and my decision to cover. So when we talk about cover, obviously it's the headscarf that I'm now wearing, and also we're dressing modestly, long arms, long legs, and covering our chest. So I'll read for you in regards to the verse that has revealed us this instruction. Surah 24, verse 31. And tell the believing women to lower their gaze and guard their private parts, not to expose their adornment except that which is apparent thereof, and to wrap their head covers over their chest, and not to expose their adornment, except to their husbands, their fathers' husbands, their sons, their husbands' sons, their brothers' sons, their sisters' sons, their women, that which their right hand possesses, or those male attendants having no physical desire, or children who are not yet aware of the private aspects of a woman. And let them not stamp their feet to make known what they conceal of their adornment. And turn to Allah in repentance, all of you, O believers, that you might succeed. So this is the verse. When I first read this, I thought, all of the things that I felt towards a hijabi woman, it wasn't there. You know, I was expecting to see a little bit more. They're not allowed to do this. They're not, a little bit more oppression, I guess, is the impression that we get from an outsider's point of view. You feel like they're oppressed. They're not allowed to. But when I read the verse, it's saying to the believers, lower your gaze and cover yourself that you might be successful. So at first when I read this, I felt like, kind of like when mum tells you you've got to eat your greens, so you just move them around the plate and pretend that you've eaten them, and it's better for you. Yeah, you should do it, but I don't want to. So yes, I was like this when I accepted Islam. The headscarf was one of the changes that is recommended, but I wasn't really there. Other changes in accepting Islam, like no longer drinking or eating pork, this was easy for me. Yes, no worries. I'm happy to change this straight away. Praying 5 times a day, I didn't start praying 5 times a day straight away. I needed time to learn how to pray. So this is not something I did straight away. And the same with the cover. So my decision to wear the scarf, there's a few things. There's obviously quite a few things. There's a big change. So there's quite a few things when taking this verse into consideration. So literally in terms of the Quran and what we are told, to lower your gaze and to cover yourself, that you may be successful. So why that you may be successful? Well, how does it make me successful? What is success? By covering him, does it mean I'm going to get a promotion at work? How does it make me successful? So when I think about these words that Allah has told us, it makes us successful, or that you may be successful. At first, I was looking at it totally wrong. I was looking at it as success as in what this world and this dunya can give me, or what I can get out of it. So that at first I was like, no, I don't need this. It's going to actually make my life harder. I'm in a Christian country. People are going to stare at me. I can't see it being a good thing for me. I feel like I'm going to be, stared at all the time. Over time, I thought more about this topic because, of course, I know that, Muslim women are wearing hijab, so there must be a reason. So when I thought about this more, and there's a few things as to why I decided to go with it. But the first is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is our creator. He knows us. He knows us. He knows what's good for us, and He wants what's good for us. When I think about, how amazing is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what did He create? I think about all of the creatures that He created. He created this little bumblebee that, makes honey out of what? Out of and this honey is an antiseptic for us. It's good for us. How did he even think about this? He made the butterfly that starts off as a little caterpillar and then just goes into a cocoon and turns into this amazing transformation, turns into this butterfly. These things that Allah has created, it just blows my mind. And I think, wow, if Allah, our creator, created heaven and earth and everything in between, tells us that this will make us successful, why am I going to argue? How can I argue with the creator? How can I argue with this? You know, it's almost a no-brainer, and it's this in Islam we call it the submission to Allah. Is that if Allah has told us that this is what's better for us, then this is what's better for us. Maybe we do not know now. Maybe it's not so clear for us, but we will come to know, and it's that trust in Allah that just makes you say, okay, I trust in Allah. I really do know that He is here guiding us, and if this is what He has suggested and recommended, why wouldn't I take all of His advice and go for it? So this is one thing, but still we have, it is still a big change. So while I've got this concept, I still needed a little bit more to just, why does it make me successful? And then as a Christian and the Ten Commandments, like my mind goes straight to the Ten Commandments. And the Ten Commandments, thou shalt not commit adultery, and thou shalt not covet. So when you're, adultery is obviously quite clear. So dressing modestly, it just reduces the, nothing is, I'm not going to say it's foolproof, but it certainly does, in my opinion, reduce that temptation. It reduces that temptation between a male and female. So 100%, it helps us keep our Ten Commandments. And thou shalt not covet, wanting what someone else has got, So it really does help us keep our Ten Commandments. And this is what makes us successful when we get to our day of judgment with Allah, and we are successful because we have kept our Ten Commandments, alhamdulillah. So it really does, in my opinion, it really does help us with these things. Then there's also the fact that as when you're wearing a cover and it's clear that you are a Muslim, I'm really proud to be a Muslim. I'm really proud to, especially in a multicultural society, to be able to say I am a Muslim. People react differently, and I actually must say, surprisingly, people are really nice to me. I actually expected it to be the opposite in a multicultural country. I really was expecting, and I was quite nervous about it. I sort of, the first time I put it on for a test run, went down to Coles, and I was like staring at everyone to see who was going to be staring at me, and it turned out that I was the one staring and no one else. So I actually have noticed, I'm really comfortable now. I'm not worried about what other people are thinking, and yeah, alhamdulillah, I haven't felt any. Australia is a very accepting place. So this is my decision in regards to why I have chosen to wear the scarf. So Allah has told us that this is how you'll be successful. When He revealed the verse, He tells us to lower our gaze. So lowering our gaze means that we're not looking at other men in keeping our commandments of our faithfulness to our husbands. When we say faithfulness to our husbands, this is Allah's command. So it's Allah that we worship, not our husbands. And that's really important. Everyone has their own reasons as to their conviction as to why they wear their scarf. This is mine. As you can see, the verse that is revealed, it says to us that to lower our gaze, and that it will help us to be successful. So these are the reasons. In terms of how a Muslim woman reconciles that in their own heart, maybe they have a different way of relating to that. But for me, in my experience and my journey, my knowledge of the Ten Commandments and how important it is as a Catholic before I came to Islam, this is how I reconcile it in my heart, but more so as a Muslim. I reconcile it in my heart that Allah is our creator. Everything in the Quran that He has revealed to us is out of love to make sure that we have the most successful and the most peaceful life in this dunya and in the life after. We think about, the not having to drink alcohol anymore, not allowed to drink alcohol. Well, this is a great thing. A lot of the time when you're on this side of the fence of Islam and you're thinking about, oh, I'm not allowed to drink, I'm not allowed to have bacon, I have to pray 5 times a day, it's way too much, it's too hard. But on the other side, when you are a Muslim, I don't want to drink, I don't want to have bacon, and I don't want to, and I want to pray 5 times a day, because I know how much this has changed my life and how amazing it is now that I have this lifestyle. Alhamdulillah. So thank you very much for watching today. And any other questions, please send them through. I'm always happy to answer and shed some light on my experience and my journey to Islam, if it may help you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.